Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the nCamp wood-burning camp stove. Alright, thanks for coming back today. I want to show you this stove. nCamp was nice enough to send this for me to review, and I wanted to check one of these out for a very, very, very long time. I really like the idea of it. I think it's kind of a very innovative, neat product that would be perfect for, say, day hiking or maybe a, car camping, something like that. You wouldn't really think of it as something you'd stick in a bug-out bag, or maybe, if you're hiking the Appalachian Trail, because it's a little heavier than tiny little stoves. But it does give you the option of using wood or gel or alcohol stoves or, any kind of Esbit tablets, anything like that. So let's get it out of the box and see what it looks like. All right, so this is the stove all compacted down. Now, I want to let you know too, nCamp also sells, there's a coffee maker that comes with this. There's a small little prep table that goes alongside this that this will snap into. It's a really, really neat bunch of integrated systems. So if you want your cook systems to be all one thing, integrated, easy to use, definitely look into that. I'm going to put a link down below to where this is located, along with their site and everything else they sell. So let me show you how to put this thing together. Pretty much what you're going to do is flip it over. You're going to flip out the legs. And they will snap into place. If you notice, there's springs on them. So they'll snap into place. Then this will just fall from the middle. And it kind of goes along that lines of a collapsible cup type thing. So you've got this thing in here that just kind of collapses down. Now, if you want to use this with, say, Esbit tablets, what would you do? Well, collapse this up to here like that. Close the sides down. I gotta always make sure I do the right way. There we go. Close the sides down. Put it on a flat level surface. Stick the Esbit tablet in and cook. Same with an alcohol stove. And if your alcohol stove is bigger than this hole up here, you can always unscrew the bottom, these little screws here, and just stick it in the bottom, same method. So, let's give you a little more information after I put the stove back together on the stove itself. And I do like to make sure you get it nice and stable. You got a nice stable cooking surface. That's one thing I do like about it. You do have stainless steel and aluminum, so it isn't super, super heavy. I believe the weight on it is 28 ounces. They say the boil time is about 3 minutes to boil 1 cup of water. I'm sure that's going to change given, altitudes and how temperature of the water and all that. The width is 9 inches. Depth is 6.5 inches. The height when it's packed is 1.5 inches. And as I said, it weighs about 28 ounces. One of the nice things about this is that the top plate here keeps everything nice and stable for your cookware, and it also retains heat. So let's say you're working with a little pan here and you want your coffee off to the side, small cup. It'll retain heat. It'll keep it warm. It won't keep it hot, but it'll keep it warm. But you got to remember not to knock it off when you're moving stuff around. The stove uses twigs for fuel, but it can use other sources, as I said. You're going to put your twigs down in here, maybe a fire starter, whatever you're going to use. Pile it all in there. Let it burn. Let it get up to temperature. And as you can tell, you got a nice ventilation down here for the air to circulate, so you'll do really, really well with the fire up on top. The combustion chamber has vent holes, as I said, that will shed ash on the bottom, but will allow airflow. So that's kind of neat. So this also nests in with their prep surface. So it's a little wood table on the side that you'd put on the side, and it will all nest in together. They sell a cover for it and everything else too. I just happen to like it. I think it's a very well thought out, innovative product. Definitely something that I could see myself using out, while camping overnight or something. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cook breakfast on this morning. So yeah, I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm hungry. So let's take it outside, load it up, and we're going to cook ourselves some breakfast. All right, so we're out here. I got it all set up. I was going to do it on the in my camp area in the back of my house, in my backyard, but unfortunately it looks like it's raining. It's going to rain, and it looks like it's way too windy. So all you would have had is wind noise in the camera, and it wouldn't have come out as good as we wanted. So this is about the size of the sticks you want to cut up for in there. You can find them anywhere. You can break twigs off. I just had some old firewood that I chopped up. I'm going to just use a zip fire starter here. I'm actually going to use half of one. You can pretty much use anything, any kind of natural tinder, anything like that. But being that I want to get this going before the rain comes, I'm going to open that up and just take about half of it and light it and toss it in there with a lighter. There we go. Didn't want it to go in there just yet. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to light this, toss it in there, and we'll get the fire going. Got to find a place where... There we go. It's lit. Toss it in there. And I'll bring you back once it's really rolling, and we'll start cooking some breakfast. Alright, even with the wind, and I'm probably going to put something behind here as a little bit of a windbreak, because it's really, really windy. But even with the wind, that thing kicked up and really took off pretty well. So I'm going to put a windbreak back up there, and we're going to put our sausages on first. I like to use any kind of meats to cook first to get the oils in there so I can cook my eggs and everything else in it. So give me a sec to set up a little bit of a fire break here, and a little bit of windbreak, and we'll move on. Yeah, that seemed to do the trick. I'll move it in a little bit more. I just put the garbage in an old garbage pail there. So we're going to stick these on here, and yes, it will smoke because you are temporarily kind of snuffing the fire, but eventually it will kick back on. And I'll bring you back when those are close to being cooked, and we'll move on to the next thing. Alright, doing a good job cooking up the sausage here. One thing I think I'd change with this right now is I would probably build myself a little offset. See how well that fire burns when I have it up? And when I have it down, it's still burning very efficiently. Believe me, I'll show you what's left inside that chamber down at the bottom. But you get this smoke. Whereas with just a little bit offset like that, you see you get a lot better burn. So, once this is all done, I'm going to stick in the hash browns. And I'm kind of going to do a similar thing to what I had, the freeze-dried meals, you know, the hash browns and sausage and eggs. Kind of going to do a similar deal, and I'll bring you back when we toss those in. All right, we got the hash browns in there. I've just been feeding it sticks. Fairly simple to do. That one's a little tall, so it's making it kind of tip over. But yeah, no, it seems to be performing very, very well. Just like cooking over an open fire. Got everything going in there. So let's pour in the eggs. And I'm going to let the eggs cook and let that burn down as I eat some breakfast. And I'll bring you back and show you what's left of the wood. I've been putting a lot of wood in it too. It's burning it very efficiently. There are the eggs. Let's see. Toss in another piece of wood in there. It is. It's working very, very well. So, we'll mix that up. I'll bring you back when we're all done, and then I'll bring you back and show you what's left of the wood and how well it burned. Alright, so it looks like it's all done. We're all finished. I'm going to eat this. Throw a little more wood in here to keep me warm while I'm eating breakfast. And, bring you back when it's all burned out, and I'll show you. I mean, you see how much wood I've been putting in here. It's been burning it very, very efficiently, very, very quickly. And I'll show you what's left, and we'll give you some final points on the nCamp stove. Now, it has been windy out here, so most of the ash that was left inside has blown away, and it's cooled off. You can see there's like nothing left in there. And all I did was use some old chopped up firewood. There's some ash that burned everything completely out of there. So I gotta say, for efficiency, even with the smoke, because these aren't high enough, as far as I feel they're not high enough, but still, even with putting it on top there, the stove worked perfectly. So who's to say I'm right? All I know is it worked great. So I'm going to wipe it off and bring it back inside, pack everything up, and give you my final thoughts on it, because I think this is a really good deal. All right, so I got it all cleaned up. I just threw it in the wash there and in my sink and wiped it off. Came pretty clean. Again, you know, it doesn't need to be immaculate. It's just going to get dirty again. But as you can tell, the thing is very, very efficient. This thing burned every drop of wood I put in it. And I didn't put in huge things. It was mostly twig-sized sticks of stuff I'd batoned down from a piece of firewood. So it worked very, very well. Again, too, if you're concerned about the smoke when you put a pot on, I really wouldn't worry about it. At first I was like, whoa, that's a lot of smoke. But then I realized when I lifted it up that this fire in here was just raging and everything inside this burn chamber was burning up completely. So it's not really an issue for me. If it is an issue for you, you can always just stick a couple of cross little pieces of aluminum there, or any kind of crossbar from any kind of other stove that you have. Really a non-issue for me. It worked very, very well. Made a nice breakfast. I had a nice time with it. Again, I'm going to put the link down below to their website. I got to wash my hands. A little dirty. I'm going to put a link down below on their website, to their website, so you can go check it out and see what they have to offer. They don't only have the stove, they've got a little coffee maker, they've got a little prep table. The prep table nests into this, so it's all in a one little system. The coffee maker is kind of cool. It's like an individual espresso maker, so you load the coffee and water into it, just sit it there and it makes coffee. And I'm really impressed with the stove so far. We're going to be using it in a few more videos, I'm sure. You'll see it again. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Check out their link down below. Check out our Amazon link down below for all of the gear that we review in the channel. If you're interested in picking some up, it helps the channel out. If you don't see anything in this store you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link. We have lots of freeze-dried food for you to choose from Thrive. Lots of good stuff out there, so check it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.